Well,
Here we are.
we're back, guys. Welcome back
Long time no see.
to He Calls Me Friend.
Yeah.
I know it's been a while,
Yep.
but we wanted to kind of just go back to the basics.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
No.
Keeping it simple. We're back to Proverbs.
Yeah.
Because we said we would read through them. And
Man,
chapter 3.
We got busy with other stuff.
So we're going to read Proverbs 3.
Yeah.
You guys are welcome to read along with us.
Yeah.
We're just going to go through it. And
You're here anyway. You might as well.
Yeah. As we go through it, if there's just things that speak to you, comment below.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what we're going to do as we read it.
Yeah. Say them out loud. We won't hear it, but the Lord will.
But yeah, this is just, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's just fun to read God's word.
Yes.
And Proverbs is just always jammed packed.
Yeah.
So excited to read it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Blake, I thought as we read this, we could split it into sections.
I was just about to say.
Splendid.
That's off the dome.
We're going to read Proverbs 3. Blake, you want to start us off?
Sure,
Read
let's
the
do
first
it.
12, 13 verses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So starting at verse 1, my son, do not forget my teaching, but let your heart keep my commandments. For length of days and years of life and peace they will add to you. Do not let kindness and truth leave you. Bind them around your neck. Write them on the tablet of your heart. So you will find favor and good repute in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and turn away from evil. It will be healing for your body and refreshment for your bones. Honor the Lord from your wealth and from the first of all your produce, so your barns will be filled with plenty, and your vats will overflow with new wine. My son, do not reject the discipline of the Lord or loathe his reproof. For whom the Lord loves, he reproves, even as a father corrects the son in whom he delights.
Jam-packed, bro.
Yeah.
That's just 12 verses.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's just a taste.
And there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? From what I love, I felt like the Lord wanted me to say this, honestly, is like, I know Solomon's writing this to his son.
Yeah.
But really look at this as the Lord writing this to you.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's just it's a good way to make it, because it's true. It's like, it's so intimate, and you can see that with Solomon and his son, but that's just truly how the Lord is towards us.
Yeah.
So when you just put that lens on of like, the Lord's saying this to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like the Lord's directing me, guiding me, showing me what gives me life. And it's just fantastic.
Yeah. And then obviously the book of Proverbs is all about wisdom.
Yeah.
And it's all about how you should be pursuing wisdom in order to have a better life and glorify the Lord. And so it just sort of continues the theme of these are the things that will happen as you pursue wisdom, as you pursue the Lord, and then the things that will happen as a result of not doing that. And as a result of going through in the wrong crowds, making the wrong decisions, not honoring the Lord in all that you do.
Yeah, and I kind of look at it here when you really look at verse 5 kind of down to 8.
Yeah.
To like kind of highlight it, because then it also kind of goes into, acknowledging the Lord, but then also being not wise in your own eyes.
Yeah.
Because then it's good to have wisdom, but when that wisdom starts to be like I came up with this.
Yeah. And use it to elevate yourself
100%.
versus,
Yeah, and so reading this section, it's just, I feel like we should read it again. It's just so powerful.
Yeah.
Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. So that's just the Lord, directing you, because it's so easy to,
Right.
because we have our brains, our own flesh, our own way of thinking,
Yeah.
like amazing thing that's God's given us. Like everyone thinks differently and does things differently and does amazing things, but it's truly all from the Lord.
Yeah.
Obviously, like what you said when you direct it. And then I feel like this is just good because it's so easy, especially as guys, to kind of be prideful sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I did this, I always think of sports. I hit the game winner.
Yeah,
like, you know
right.
what I'm saying? And it's like, well, the team also.
Right. There was a lot that went into
Exactly.
you getting the opportunity to be able to do that.
Exactly. And then if we go down to verse 6, it says, in all your ways acknowledge him and he'll make will make straight your paths. And then here it is again, just in a different way.
There we go.
And it's Proverbs 3.
Yeah, it's Proverbs 3.
And
5
it's
through-
literally that
that's why.
5 through
Yeah,
6.
that's why
I
I
didn't
wrote.
notice.
Yeah, that's why I wore this.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Praise the Lord.
Something that was funny is like the week that Maria got me this.
Yeah.
We had like probably 5 or 6 times that we saw like the Proverbs 3:5-6 come up.
Really?
I'm not even kidding. Like over and over and over again. And it was one of those things you kind of go, okay, Lord, like I get it. Yeah, it was really funny.
Dude.
That's why I wore this, because it was like, here we are, talking about that.
And I remember you talking about it even 3 weeks ago that you're going to wear your Proverbs 3 thing. I totally forgot about it. And it's literally 5-6. Had no idea.
Look at God.
Off the dome, as
off
you
the
said.
dome.
Off the Lord's dome. Now, verse 7, be not wise in your own eyes, fear the Lord and turn away from evil. It will be healing to your flesh and refreshment to your bones. So that, and it's not saying like, oh my gosh, if you ever have, everybody has done that before, where it's like, oh, I did this. And it's like, no, it's really what the Lord's saying is like to humble yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's, the Lord knows us and knows how easy like our flesh does want to exalt ourselves, does want to exalt things and when we do something well.
Yeah.
But it's like, humble yourself, because those things, even though they might be tiny, could honestly lead to destruction.
Right.
So,
well, whenever it says turn away right there, like if you look at the root word, that word means to turn away, to turn aside off of the course that you're going. As in, it goes back to us talking about repentance, right? Like when you're heading in that direction, repentance is to take 180 degrees and go in the opposite direction.
That's
so when he says turn aside, it's stop going in that direction. Just do a complete 180.
Yep. And that's honestly probably, to sum up Proverbs in a nutshell, is doing 180 to a lot of things that you've probably already been doing.
Yeah. It's just, it's that theme over and over again.
It is. Yeah.
Of the value of wisdom, and then the destruction that comes without wisdom. Whenever you start to exalt yourself, you start to think too good of yourself. You start to, now that's not to say that you shouldn't have a sense of self-confidence and all that, that different stuff.
There's a balance.
There is a balance there. But I mean, just the first 4 verses, just to kind of backtrack for a second. The first 4 verses talks about the absolute value of wisdom. Talks about how it will give you length of days and years of life, and it will add peace to you.
Yeah.
Do not let kindness and truth leave you. Bind them around their neck and write them on the tablet of your heart.
It's so good.
That means not only to listen to it, but to take ownership of it. Yeah. And there's a big theme of that in Proverbs, where it's take ownership of these things. Yeah. Take them within yourself and write them on the tablet of your heart. That's how seriously you take this.
Yeah.
And then also it talks about you will find favor and repute in the sight of God and man.
Yeah, that's so good.
Right.
And I kind of think too, because you've seen it probably multiple times, where it talks about wisdom, bind it around your neck, where like, I think it's literally verse 17 where it talks about wearing it as like a necklace.
Yeah.
I forget 17. We'll read it here soon. But what I kind of love about that, it's like when you think of necklace, it's like that's a very prestigious thing to wear, and it shows honestly like not prestigiousness, but like what's the word? Because when people would wear that, it's
it is prestigious
a little bit.
It's there's like a glory to it almost.
Yes.
Like there's a.
I forget. I literally looked it up on the verse. But one thing I kind of just want to point out, just to kind of sum it up simply, is like it's using it as also an outward appearance, where it's like people will then notice like what you wear by like the wisdom that comes from the Lord, because it's like when you wear it, people will see it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And it goes back to us talking about the fruit of those things.
Yeah, that's
how
exactly
other
what I was
people.
thinking.
Right. There you go. Off the dome.
So, but yeah, they're like literally, I forget in the old times that like necklace were like places of prestigious, or you even think of the Pharisees when they had like the necklaces with all the like
and rings.
Yeah.
And,
I forgot like the stones, they had like the big plate. Forget what it was actually used for. I just remember in The Chosen, they had all those like, or they even have the Torah. Like they literally have the Torah and they're wearing it like a necklace, ready to go when it's time to pull out the word.
Just in case I need to read Leviticus real quick.
Yeah. But what I love is like the importance of like you said, writing on your heart.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Writing it on your heart. That's like your soul.
Yeah.
That's what's like unseen. And then it also does on things seen in this world is shown as well.
Right.
Like it affects both your life, in the physical and spiritual realm.
Well, the abundance of what's in your heart is what overflows out of you.
Yeah.
And so when you have those things written on the wall of your heart, and you take those things you make those things precious to yourself, you have no choice but to overflow with those things.
Yeah.
And for other people to be able to see that on you.
Yeah. No, dude, that's so good. And then if you go to verse 9, it just shows what I love too about Proverbs. It really just illustrates too, like the importance of everything you do in this life has to glorify God.
Yeah.
So not just things that you say, things that you do, or how you think, or who you hang out with, but even the like resources that the Lord gives you.
Yes.
Because everything at the end of the day is the Lord's. That's
You are a steward of it.
exactly.
It's his.
It is his.
Yes.
And that's what I love here in verse 9, where it's like, honor the Lord with your wealth and with the first fruits of all your produce. But then what I love is like, it's literally like that verse in Malachi, where it's like, the only time the Lord tells you to test him is with the tithe.
Yeah.
And he's like, test me. I think it's Malachi, what,
It is.
32?
Yeah, something
test
like
me, and you don't think I'll open
Yeah.
the floodgates upon
Right.
you? And this is just like a literally like validation of that.
Right.
Then your barns will be filled with plenty, and your vats will be bursting with wine.
Yes.
So not full of wine.
No, like overflowing.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about too. I forgot what episode. When you talk about the overfluence of the Lord,
Yeah.
overfluence. It's not even a word. But who cares?
The overflowance of the Lord.
But you think of Elijah, with
Yeah,
the jars,
right.
when they filled up the jars, it wasn't just enough.
No, it was until they didn't have any more room for it.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's just how the Lord operates.
Yeah.
He gives you more than what you
Right.
all could expect.
Yeah, I
imagine,
mean,
or
do you think they're
comprehend.
lacking anything in heaven?
No.
No, they're not lacking
Yeah.
anything in heaven.
Yeah, that's good. Dude.
And so he has plenty to offer, but he will not offer those things to someone who can't handle that.
Yeah.
And whose priorities are out of whack.
Yeah.
That's why Jesus says, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and then
Mm-hmm.
all these things will be added to you. And then he also talks about give and it will be given unto you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over shall men give upon your bosom.
Mm-hmm.
Both of those verses, there is a required action on your part.
Yeah.
And that is to have a heart in the place of trying to honor the Lord in stewardship, where
Yep.
the main thing is the main thing, so that other things can be added upon that.
Yeah.
Because then it becomes a way of you being able to bless and you being a river, not a reservoir, versus you're just hoarding things and
Yeah.
you don't have those things have you.
Yeah, it really kind of goes back to our promises episode too that we
Yeah.
talked about, where it's like there's action steps that you have to take. That's just part of walking with the
Right.
Lord.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it's how you strengthen your relationship
Yeah.
with God.
Yeah.
Because imagine if it just like say you hit 30 and it just stopped,
Yeah.
like you don't grow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The bond would never grow.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly. And it kind of reminds me of some of that reminds me, just as a quick segue. Whenever I listened to our episode
Yeah.
of promises,
Yeah.
and we talked about how it doesn't require anything. It just requires faith and for
Yeah.
you to receive it, but it does require action.
I know
And so
it's another balance. It's
so
hard to explain.
Right. So to somebody that sort of knows and has studied it and has most importantly, like known the Lord and
Yeah.
how some of these dynamics work, it can sound contradictory to someone that doesn't
100%.
have that familiarity. Like,
Yeah.
wait a second. Okay. I can receive all of this and it doesn't require anything on my behalf, but there is a requirement on my behalf for me to be able to receive these
Yep.
things. It seems like an oxymoron.
It
but
does.
It's really not, because you do freely receive these things, and the free receiving of those things is what causes that expression of those works.
Yeah.
And then those works are a further expression of that within yourself, which causes it's a positive feedback loop.
Yeah.
I don't know what made me think of that,
But it's awesome.
but it goes back to some of the works here that it's talking about of like,
Yeah.
do this, not this.
Yeah.
Don't go in this direction, go in this direction.
Yeah.
And so, yes, it's a free receiving of wisdom, but there is action
Yeah.
that is required
Yeah.
for that to be walked out.
Yeah. Kind of what you said, where it feels like an oxymoron. But honestly, that's what it kind of feels like with walking with the Lord, where it's like you look at the world, it's always counter opposite to how the world says this is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Like you said, 180. It's
Yeah.
like the way we're supposed to walk with the Lord. You look at the world, you're like, this is 180. Like you said, if you told this to somebody that didn't know the Lord, they'd be like,
Yeah. Like, what are you talking about?
what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is where that acceptance is the first thing.
Right.
It's like if you don't know the Lord, then it's like I could read all this stuff and it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like it's not going to hit home because it's like the Lord has to touch that person.
Yeah.
And then the person then, when that happened, has to receive it and accept it.
Yeah.
And then the rest is history.
And the rest is history.
Then he cooks.
Yeah.
But I'll read the last verse too, just because it's so good, just to encourage people where it's like, if you feel like, you're in a tough spot or whatever it is, it's like, my son, do not despise the Lord's discipline or be weary of his reproof. Reproof. The Lord reproves him who he loves, as a father the son in whom he delights. Dude, I honestly think of Jesus when he's literally like, take this cup away from me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the Lord, of course, doesn't.
Yeah.
But it's like, then you obviously look at the aftermath of the cross and you're like, oh man.
Yeah.
Praise the Lord that Jesus went through it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
and not that he was necessarily being reproved, and that's not what you're saying, but it's the element of that sacrificial love of he loves you, and he loves you enough to correct you.
Yeah.
He loves you enough to do the hard things.
Yeah.
That's why Jesus had to do what he did.
Yeah.
So that now you walk your path, and there are hard things that you're going to have to walk through, and there are corrections and prunings and different things that are going to happen. But it means he loves you. It means that he's honoring that sacrifice that Jesus made, not just letting you you just kind of get to do whatever you want.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I want to encourage you on, because there might be something you're asking with the Lord and you don't get it.
Yeah.
And you're like, Lord, did you hear me?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, he has something better.
Yeah.
Which is so hard to say sometimes, because in the moment you're like, okay, well, I'm in the deeps and this is terrible.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, we each see our single puzzle piece, and we don't get to see the full puzzle that he sees. In a lot of ways, it's preparing you for the better things that he has. But the reproof, the correction, the pruning, those things are necessary so that you can handle that when that comes down the road, when the better thing shows up.
Yeah. Because what I love about the Lord is like he listens to everything you say, but doesn't mean he grants everything you ask.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Doesn't mean don't ask. It just means
no.
Sometimes it's no.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Literally, Jesus got to know.
Or not yet.
Yeah. It's you got to do this.
Yeah.
So this is blessed is the one who finds wisdom. So this is for people that find wisdom.
Oh my.
So think of all the amazing things the Lord gives for people who find wisdom. So this is verse 13. It says, blessed is the one who finds wisdom, the one who gets understanding. For the gain from her is better than gain from silver, and her profit better than gold. She's more precious than jewels, and nothing you desire can compare with her. Long life is in her right hand, and in her left hand are riches and honor. Her ways are ways of pleasantness.
Pleasantlessness.
Thank you.
Pleasantness.
And all her paths are peace. That's so good. She's a tree of life to those who lay hold of her. Those who hold her fast are called blessed. The Lord by wisdom founded the earth, and by understanding he established the heavens. By his knowledge the deeps broke open, and the cloud dropped down the dew. It's amazing, dude. My son, do not lose sight of these. Keep sound wisdom and discretion, and they'll be life for your soul, and an ornament for your neck. Then you will walk on your way securely, and your foot will not stumble. If you lie down, you'll not be afraid. When you lie down, your sleep will be sweet. Do not be afraid of sudden terror or of the ruin of the wicked when it comes. For the Lord will be your confidence, and he'll keep your foot from being caught.
That's really good.
So snap. Dude, there's just like, what's crazy is like, this is what's so powerful about the Word of God. It's like, bro, when you just think of novels, like reading a book, it's like we read maybe like a little paragraph.
Yeah.
And it's just jam-packed with so much going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of my favorite verses in this section is verse 17. Her ways are ways of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace. All her paths.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, I can't even wrap my mind around that.
Yeah.
I'm like, every path is peace. It's just powerful, man.
I know.
Just so powerful.
And that, just to go into that piece more, is that's the word shalom. And it just means peace, but it also means completeness. soundness, wholeness.
good.
And so not necessarily just only peace in the sense that we think of like, oh, there's no fighting, there's nothing, anything like that. It goes back to that wholeness that we talked about in the healing the broken heart, the wholeness of spirit, the wholeness of your soul, where nothing's fractured, nothing's broken. It also speaks to safety and soundness, as well as welfare, health, prosperity.
So good.
And then obviously just the base level that we talked about, peace, quiet, tranquility, and contentment. So it just goes to show even more the impact that wisdom and understanding can have in your life. And it's almost like it talks about, previously it lays out, hey, don't go in this direction, go in this direction. Now it's laying out, when you go in this direction, these are the things that you're going to experience. These are the things that are going to be the fruit of your search and your attainment of wisdom. Just like it talks about, it calls you blessed whenever you find wisdom and you gain understanding. You get to see how her ways are pleasant. Long life is in her right hand. There's that again, where it talks about the long life that is a product of that wisdom that comes along. And then obviously where it transitions into the Lord using wisdom. And by wisdom, he founded the earth. By understanding, he established the heavens. By his knowledge, the deeps were broken up and the skies drip dew. And then it goes back into, don't let it vanish from your sight. Keep sound wisdom and discretion. But just to stay there for a second, where it talks about the Lord using wisdom founded the earth.
It's nuts.
And he's saying, I want you to find that wisdom. Now, not that you're going to like
create worlds.
Create a world. But you see what I'm saying?
What you're saying.
The same wisdom that he used to literally found the earth, to literally construct everything that we live within. He's saying, I want you to access that. I want you to be able to have that wisdom and understanding.
He's really painting a picture for you, because what he's saying is like, all right, so he starts off with, when you gain her, it's way better than silver and gold, jewels. So he uses earthly things to show like comparison. But then he compares it to like what you say, where it's like, okay, if that doesn't register, where it's like silver, gold, it's better than these things. It's better than this. It's like, okay, literally how the Lord created everything is through wisdom. He established literally the heavens through his understanding. And by his knowledge, the deeps broke open. So now it's going into also more of like, oh, wow. That changes your perspective completely.
It goes from something that's this personal thing in your life to this like cosmic thing. You know, like this.
Aladdin.
The cosmic power. But you see what I'm saying? It becomes this much bigger idea that 100% you are taking hold of, and it's both of those things. It is. It's almost like something it's something that you could hold right here in your hand, but it's also something that's so big that it founded everything.
It's wild.
But then, in even the next verse, in verse 21. My son, let them not vanish from your sight. Keep sound wisdom and discretion. 22, so that they will be life to your soul and adornment to your neck.
And there's that again.
There it is again.
Like wearing it
where
again.
It's not only wearing it on the outside, but for it to be life to your soul. Where it's, again, writing on the walls of your heart.
Exactly. It's literally like reiterating it again.
And I love verse 24 as well, where it talks about, and you will lie down and you will not be afraid. When you lie down, your sleep will be sweet. Just for anybody that experiences any sort of nightmares or things like that, this is a key verse for you, because it's like, no, this is something that the Lord has promised for me. Now, again, it goes back to pursue him, pursue wisdom. But as you pursue him, you see that right there, where it's, whenever I lie down, my sleep is going to be sweet, because that's what the Lord said happens as I pursue him and his wisdom.
And no matter where you're at, because what I love is you think about the Lord again. I just always go back to when Jesus at the garden, and he's like, is there any other way? he still does it. Why? Because he has peace in following the Lord. So that's where I kind of think too, where it says all her paths are peace.
Yeah.
So even if you're on a path that's not peaceful, if the Lord tells you to stay on it, you'll have peace.
Yeah.
If it, again, kind of that oxymoron
Right.
where it's like, how do you have peace when there's war?
Right, exactly. But it's not,
You know?
it's not peace out here. It's peace
Exactly.
in here.
Exactly.
Right, where you just have this peace that you're like, I know this is what I should
Exactly.
do. I know this is the correct decision.
Exactly.
You know?
And that was how the Lord was, obviously Jesus, because he's like, all right, this is the correct decision. I have peace, even though I know it's going to kill me.
Yeah. Right.
You know? But guess who's back?
Yeah, there you go.
Guess who's back? That man. Gosh, I mean, when you really just think about it, though, Blake, it's just, there's so much going on in these verses.
Yeah, there is a lot going on.
Like,
He
we
likes
read 13 verses again, and there's just
Yeah,
so much.
I know.
Just so much goodness.
I know.
And then just to end it off, because like you said, of sudden terror or of the ruin of the wicked when it comes, I just love this. For the Lord will be your confidence. So it's kind of that too, where it's like your confidence now is not becoming from your sword,
Yeah.
your strength, your intellect.
Yeah.
It's like your confidence is in the Lord.
Yeah.
Because like what you mentioned, where it's like the Lord does grant these things, where it talks about too, the long life is in her right hand, and in her left hand are riches and honor. Gives you that too, but then it gives you, because then when I also think of long life, I think of it on this earth, but then I'm like, wait, long life. I mean, there's gonna be a day where I'm in perfection in eternity forever.
Yeah.
That's long life.
Right.
So it's this thing that's tangible here, like you said, but then it's also this thing that's about to come.
Yeah.
Or technically kind of is here. It's just hasn't happened yet.
Yes,
You know, it's just
right.
incredible. But that comes through for the Lord being your confidence.
Yeah.
Because he's the one that's going to keep your foot from being caught. He's the one that's going to protect you, like you said, when you put your head down at night to sleep.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Super good.
Yeah, so good.
You want me to finish it off?
Yes, dude. Finish this off.
All right. So, verse 27, do not withhold good from those to whom it is due, when it is in your power to do it. Do not say to your neighbor, go and come back, and tomorrow I will give it, when you have it with you. Do not devise harm against your neighbor while he lives securely beside you. Do not contend with a man without cause, if he has done you no harm. Do not envy a man of violence, and do not choose any of his ways, for the devious are an abomination to the Lord. He is intimate with the upright. The curse of the Lord is on the house of the wicked, but he blesses the dwelling of the righteous. Though he scoffs at the scoffers, yet he gives grace to the afflicted. The wise will inherit honor, but fools display dishonor.
Snap.
There's a lot there again.
There is. Shots are kind of being fired now. Like I'm just saying, like it's changed from like when you read it where it's like, do these things. This is what you gain. This is also literally how the Lord established things.
Yeah.
And now it kind of goes into like, this is what happens kind of, again, like what you said, when you don't. I mean, one that just hits is literally, for the devious person is an abomination to the Lord.
Yeah.
Like, that's not pretty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
let me look at what that word abomination.
yeah, do it. I mean, it's just powerful, man. In my version, this is what I love too. After that, the 32, I forget what it said in your version, but it says on mine, but the upright are in his confidence.
Yeah, I was gonna go into that.
I was like honestly chills, man, because
Yeah.
you think about it, where we talked about in verse 26, for the Lord will be your confidence. The upright, the ones that are strong in the Lord, are his confidence.
Yeah. I love this.
It's incredible.
This
man.
version right here, it says he is intimate with the upright. Yeah.
It's that friendship, man.
Right. And so that going into that one, and I'll go back into abomination here in a second.
Yeah.
That is the Hebrew word sod, and it means assembly, council, inward, secret council. Going into the usage of it, and some of the context, it says here in Bible Hub, it describes the sphere of confidential counsel, intimate fellowship, and strategic planning. In Scripture, it may point upward to the divine counsel, inward to personal friendship, or downward to sinister conspiracies. So the connotation there is he brings you so close when you are of the upright, when you're an upright person, when you're righteous, when you're pursuing him, he brings you so close that he starts to share his secrets with you.
Yeah.
That's what that word implies, is that secret counsel.
Yeah.
He shares
so
with you his
cool.
secrets. And then conversely, if you look at the devious, the opposite of being upright, the devious are an abomination. And that is the word toeba, which means abominable or abomination, detestable, loathsome. Something interesting is that is the word that was used to describe Israel's sacrifices and the Lord's repugnance of those.
When he was like,
yeah,
I don't want your
right.
sacrifice.
Well,
Yeah.
specifically in whenever they had the, let me look. Okay, yeah, he uses that to describe the way that the Israelites would covet idols, idolatry. They would sacrifice to those things. And so it denotes what is utterly detestable to God, acts, objects, motives, or persons that contradict his holiness. It's approximately 117 occurrences reveal a unified biblical testimony. The Lord's covenant people are called to mirror his character by rejecting every abomination.
Yeah. It's funny. I kind of think of that verse in the Old Testament. I forget where it is, where Moses and the Israelites, I forget something's like happening wrong in the camp. And they're like, someone has something.
Yes,
And
it was
he
when,
has an idol
right.
in his tent.
Yes, like they went into one of the towns.
Yes.
And they said, do not take anything.
Yep.
Do
That's
not
right.
touch anything.
That's right. Oh, where
And
is
lo and
that?
behold, Peanut grabbed something and had it in his tent. And suddenly all hell's breaking loose in the camp.
I was like, what's
And
going
they're
on?
like, yeah, they're like, somebody's got something. And then obviously the Lord tells Moses, because that guy disobeyed the word, and he took an object that essentially was cursed,
Exactly.
and it caused that to come upon the people.
Yeah, it's Exodus 32, supposedly. While Moses on Mount Sinai, the Israelites create. Nope, that's not it. It's definitely not it.
Supposedly.
No. I'd have to find it. But then it also reminds me, too, of Saul.
Mm-hmm.
When God's like, don't take any of these.
Yeah.
You destroy everything. You burn it all. Saul's going, well, this stuff is not bad.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. The Lord said,
I took the best of it to give to the Lord. God forbid. It's like, yeah.
yep.
Did you have any more to say there? Because I was going to go on to the next verse.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I think that just stands out too, where it just says, do not withhold good from those whom it's due when it's in your power to do it.
Yeah.
It's powerful.
Yeah.
Because God's basically saying it's like, you can do it.
Yeah. And it goes back
You know what I'm
to love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Mm-hmm. And says, do not say to your neighbor, go and come again. Tomorrow I'll give it when you have it with you. Do not play an evil against your neighbor who dwells trustingly beside you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, and that kind of goes with, which is why I feel like Solomon wrote this verse. It's because then he goes, for the devious person is an abomination. If you think about all those plans that he just like talked about, they're devious.
Yeah. Right.
It's like a person acting good
Yeah.
when his intentions in his heart are not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's like, I'll go tomorrow. I got you covered, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's
because,
devious.
Yeah, because being devious implies
you're good.
Yeah, there's an element of deception that's there.
100%.
Right?
Yep, exactly.
And just to get back to verse 32, to go along with what you're talking about, the devious are an abomination to the Lord, but he's intimate with the upright. I love this next verse where it says, the curse of the Lord is on the house of the wicked, but he blesses the dwelling of the righteous.
Yeah.
Something interesting there is that word for curse is miera, and it literally means a curse, but some of the context there is it designates an express divine curse, a spoken operative judgment proceeding directly from the covenant Lord. Unlike casual imprecations found elsewhere in the Bible, this term uniformly describes a curse that God himself pronounces and enforces, thereby functioning as the antithesis of his blessing. Each occurrence emphasizes that the curse is neither arbitrary nor capricious. It is the lawful response of a holy God to covenant violation.
Wow.
So it's literally the consequence of breaking the law. And there's multiple places in the Bible where it talks about those types of curses of covenant breaking. But on the flip side,
Exactly. The flip side.
right. So that is the reward for the house of the wicked.
Yeah.
But he blesses the dwelling of the righteous. And what that reminds me of is when David is bringing the ark back, and they have it on a cart, which they weren't supposed to do, and it starts to fall off, and somebody catches it, and the guy immediately dies because that's not the way you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
And so David gets fearful and is like, oh my gosh, like how am I supposed to have this around? So they take it to this guy named Obed-Edom, and it's in his living room essentially for 3 months. And it says that the Lord blessed Obed-Edom's house because his presence was there. And like, just think about that. Like they bring in the Ark of the Covenant and it's just sitting over there. And
that'd be crazy.
It'd be insane because I mean, you think about during that time, there was like a cloud that would surround the Ark of the Covenant. And that was the presence of the Lord. Talking about Obed-Edom, that's in 2 Samuel 6:11, where it says, "And thus the ark of the Lord remained in the house of Obed-Edom the Gittite for 3 months, and the Lord blessed him and all of his household." And then it says the same thing in 1 Chronicles 13:14. So it's just very cool to see that right there is a demonstration of Proverbs 3:33. And honestly, whenever Solomon was writing some of this, he could have been using that in his mind as an example of what he's talking about. Again, we see the dichotomy between, right. We see the dichotomy between the house of the wicked and the dwelling of the righteous.
Yeah.
One is a place where the Spirit of the Lord dwells. The other is where his curse dwells.
Yeah.
Especially to the extent that it talks about the context of that word of curse is the exact polar opposite of his blessing.
Dude.
So again, we're back to you go in this direction, you get a curse.
Yep.
You go in this direction and you get blessing. I love that.
Then literally so if you want to go to the blessings from Obed-Edom having the ark, this is Joshua 7:20 when Achan has the idol under his tent. And so Joshua confronts him. This is verse 19. It says, "Then Joshua said to Achan, 'My son, give glory to the Lord God of Israel and give praise to him, and tell me now what you have done. Do not hide it from me.' And Achan answered Joshua, 'Truly I've sinned against the Lord God of Israel, and this is what I did. When I sung him on the spoil beautiful cloak from Shinar, and 200 shekels of silver, and a bar of gold weighing 50 shekels, then I coveted them and took them. And see, they are hidden in the earth inside my tent with the silver underneath.' So Joshua sent messengers. They ran to the tent. Behold, it was hidden in his tent with the silver underneath. And they took them out of the tent and brought them to Joshua and to all the people of Israel. And they laid them down before the Lord. And Joshua and all Israel with him took Achan the son of Zerah and the silver and the cloak and the bar of gold and his sons and daughters and his oxen and donkeys and sheep and his tent and all that he had. And they brought them up to the valley of Anshor. And Joshua said, 'Why did you bring trouble on us? The Lord brings troubles on you today.' And all Israel stoned him with stones."
Gosh.
Oh my goodness. But what's crazy is literally like when you look at verse 10, the Lord said to Joshua, "Get up. Why have you fallen on your face? Israel has sinned." What I love is like he doesn't say one person. He says Israel has sinned.
Yeah.
You know, literally the whole nation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just because this guy disobeyed the Lord.
Yeah.
So like you said, like literally there's now the curse of the Lord from not just following.
And there's consequences to your associations.
Yeah.
That's a huge theme in all of Proverbs.
Yep. And I hope you also just realize I'm not saying if you do something out of the Lord, you're going to get stoned.
No, right.
Obviously, it was a different time in the Old Testament. Some things can be very confusing, but clear and point is it's not confusing when you really think about it. They disobeyed God.
Yeah.
God clearly said, "Do not do this."
Yeah.
And they did.
Yeah.
There's consequences for those actions.
Yeah.
So, which is sometimes can be hard to understand, but it's just the reality of it.
Yeah. So going on to the next verse 34, though he scoffs at the scoffers, yet he gives grace to the afflicted.
That's good.
You know, that's one of the things that it'll talk about later on. In Proverbs is how much the Lord hates somebody with a haughty look, or a prideful sort of looking down upon
wink,
some. Yeah,
when he says the one with
like when you look at yourself as greater or higher than someone else, that's one of it literally says later on that's one of the things that he hates the most.
Yeah,
and so he says there, he scoffs at the scoffers.
Yeah.
We do that all the time. But he gives
so
grace.
good.
He gives grace to the afflicted. So in a lot of cases, you look at the people that are scoffing at the afflicted. The Lord takes the afflicted side, and you just turned. Let's say you're scoffing at somebody. The Lord looks at that and he hates that, and he's going to take that other person's side because that person has become the afflicted one.
Wow.
Now you're the scoffer. Think about that.
And then he's scoffing at you.
Now he's scoffing at you.
Yeah, it's like you said though in Proverbs, where it's like 5 things the Lord hates, 6 that are detestable in his sight. Obviously, we'll get there.
Yeah.
But that's so true.
Yeah.
What I love is when you think about it, just reading this, like think of all the awesome just wisdom that Solomon, obviously he asked for it, the Lord literally gave it to him.
Yeah.
But think about it too with his father David, like you said, it's like he knew obviously about Obadiah's story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like David was there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Of the aftermath and doing the decision making of what we should do with this.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do this.
Yeah.
It's like his dad could tell him
Right.
literally that story.
Right. He got
know
to
what I'm
listen.
saying?
He got to listen to that.
How I didn't smoke Goliath, the Lord did, but it's like we smoked literally the biggest being
Yeah.
at the time.
Yeah.
Scariest thing ever. Why? Because the Lord was on my side.
Yeah.
And that's why you can tell Solomon's like, this is very important, by the
Yeah.
way.
Right.
Also, because he has, like everybody, some stumbling.
Yeah. And then just to finish this out, the wise will inherit honor, but fools display dishonor.
Yeah. Mine says, but fools get disgrace.
Ooh, that's good. Whenever you look at that word for honor, it's the word kabod, which means abundance, honor, and glory. And then obviously, fools display dishonor, and that's the opposite. That's the opposite of those things.
Yeah.
One could say if honor is glory, think about dishonor, the dishonor that comes from foolishness.
Yeah.
The opposite of glory.
Yeah.
That's not what you want.
Yeah. Yeah, and obviously that glory comes from the Lord. So when you're dishonorable, it's like now the glory of the Lord's not on you.
Right. And who are you reflecting now?
Yeah.
Because you're gonna
true.
reflect someone. You're gonna.
Bro.
Here's the deal. We were created to reflect
You're so right.
something.
You're so right.
For Adam, walking in the garden, he was a reflection of the Lord. Why? Because it says he was made in his image and after his likeness.
Yeah.
So we get to reflect somebody,
That's so
and
good.
you get to choose who you get to reflect.
And I would say that's a great way to end the
I would
episode.
say so.
Well, I mean, seriously, so good. Kind of like what you said. It's like Israel, like people of God are supposed to be a mirror of God.
Yeah.
Well, it's like you said, now you get to have a choice of what do you want to mirror,
Right.
you know? And the beauty is you get to know
Yeah.
the consequences of who you choose to mirror.
Right. Well, and you also, I was just thinking about this too. Like,
Yeah.
this is such a look into the Lord's character as well.
Yeah.
And you get to see the things that he values
100%.
and the things that he doesn't value.
His nature.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm seeing it more so now than I ever have even reading. Cause I've always, something that I've made a habit of for a long time is there's 31 chapters of Proverbs. So you read a proverb a day. You get one for every day of the month. But what's so interesting is, digging into this today, you really look at it and you see a picture of the Lord's character.
It's true.
And you see the attributes of him. And if you look at it at a surface level, you don't get to see that. When you look at it and you dig into it and you sort of go line by line like we've done, you start to see, oh, these are the things that you start to see this picture get put together before your eyes of, oh, this is what the Lord is like.
Yes.
Like personally.
Yeah. And what I love is like, and how do you do that? I mean, Solomon's painting what the Lord likes and dislikes. You know what I'm saying? Not obviously just the things that come with wisdom and understanding and knowledge. Obviously, like the Lord literally used that to found the earth.
Yeah.
But when you get into those things, even for the devious person is abomination to the Lord. It's like, now I'm understanding what he likes and dislikes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like with a friend where it's like, oh, they might not like this place or whatever this. it's like, I'm not going to want to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. When it literally fulfills that verse. I forget which one it was. Let me find it.
Yeah, find it.
Verse 32, he is intimate with the upright.
Yeah.
So as we're reading this right now, we are literally seeing a reflection of that.
Yeah.
Of the intimacy that comes with that close relationship with him, where you get to see the things that he enjoys and the things that he doesn't enjoy.
Exactly.
Just from doing that.
And the whole thing is too, what's an amazing thing now is like we get a blueprint to see what he enjoys, because it's just like, I forget how we said it, but I mean, obviously, like how you're talking about who you mirror, but whatever, whoever you're with is who you become. And so not only when you start following the Lord, you start to be like him and you get close to him.
Yeah.
Well, the opposite's true for the Lord.
Yeah.
Because like you said, but the upright are in his confidence. So kind of like we stated, in verse 26, for the Lord will be your confidence. And then like you said at the end of 32, but the upright are in his confidence. So now the same effect is happening.
Yeah.
Not only are you having confidence in the Lord is having confidence in you, of going like, that's my guy.
Yeah.
That's just cool, man.
It is.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, I'm just so glad we read this today,
there you
dude.
go.
So much fun.
That ended up good.
At the end of that,
What?
that ended up good.
It did. You never know sometimes.
The whole thing is, guys, is just when you really get down and deep to it, it's simple, but that's what makes it so cool.
Yeah.
Is the Lord really, like how you stated, where it's like it's that intimate relationship. It's like that's what he wants. It's like that's what the Lord desires most, is to be close to us.
Yeah.
It's just so cool. And then it's just the Word of God is fun to read, man.
Yeah.
It really is fun to read. So we hope you guys enjoyed reading Proverbs 3 with us.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited to read Proverbs 4 now,
I
dude.
know.
Like, Proverbs is it is a fun read.
It is.
It's a fun read. So
It is. And then just to
give us a cherry on top.
let's just put a cherry on top. I didn't get to mention this earlier because we just sort of went on. Proverbs 3, 5-6 has been like one of the cornerstone verses in my life.
Really?
That was probably one of the first, if not the first verses that I ever memorized.
Really?
And just to encourage the audience,
Yeah.
that is definitely one to memorize and to have written on the walls of your heart.
Yeah.
Of trust in the Lord with all of your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him and he will make your path straight. So I just definitely encourage everyone, like if you're going to memorize a verse, memorize that one, because that one is that one will determine the course of your life in a major way.
Well, yeah. Because
A
think
major
about
way.
it. He makes your straight your paths.
Right.
So even if you're going on a path and you don't even know it, that's not looking good
Yeah.
from the future, the Lord's just going, yeah.
Right. Right. And it's trust in him.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to trust in him.
Yeah.
But you do it. So there's your homework.
Memorize Proverbs 5.
Memorize Proverbs 3,
5 through 6. Yes, absolutely. Well, we love you guys.
Absolutely.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Like, that was a lot of fun. Blake?
Yeah. Well, while you're memorizing Proverbs 3, 5 through 6, drop us a like and leave us a comment.
Yeah. Honestly, too, comment on a Proverbs or you're like, this one.
Yeah.
Always like 1, 2. One verse was always the verse, and we'll get to it. It's Proverbs 15, but a gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. Yeah. Was always something my mom just taught us, to always, speak encouraging and not harsh words, because it makes people, it's just, we literally had this wall on our closet. We'd open it and that's what we'd read.
Oh, nice.
Like, to make sure, our tongues are glorifying the Lord, and especially with our siblings that were on the same team.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So whenever we'd go out of line, my mom would open that door and be like,
shoot.
Proverbs 15.
You got thrown in the closet. You didn't read your closet verses today.
It's just fun. Like, it's just cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's cool. But yeah, I agree. 5 through 6, chapter 3, that's a starting point.
Yeah.
So,
and also while you're doing that, leave a subscribe.
yeah, guys, but there you have it. That's
There you
it. Blake's
have it.
closing remarks.
Yep.
What do we say again? Gosh, it's been that long. Always remember.
Always remember.
He
He
calls,
calls
you
you
friend.
friend.